And Shannon joins us this morning from the Northern Innovation Network. Shannon, how you doing today, sir?
Doing pretty good, Dub. Good to see you guys this morning.
Thank you very much for coming by to chat with us. You're here to talk about the Northern Angel Summit, which we're going to get to in just a few minutes. But why don't you start by telling us a bit about the Northern Innovation Network? What are you about at the network?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dub. Northern Innovation Network, we rebranded this winter. Used to be called HubSpace. It's a head office nonprofit business accelerator out of Prince George. And a lot of people don't realize this, but the province is divided up into 10 regions by the government, and there are business accelerators which are funded by the government to help innovative ideas get to market. And so we handle everything from central all the way up to northern BC. The area that I cover is all of northeastern BC, so the Northern Rockies, north and east.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. And when you say accelerator, tell us a bit what that means exactly.
A business needs to get to market. An idea needs to, get patented and established in, getting funding, private equity, as well as government grants and stuff like that. We're the bridge that helps that happen.
I see.
And we do that through providing coaching, mentoring, and training for early stage entrepreneurs, as well as working with them as the business grows and helping them to access then both the resources that they need in order to get that idea off the ground, whether that be in the private sector or in the business or in the government sector. So we have access to grants and funding that we can partner with that. But one of the key things a lot of people don't realize is that we have to get that private equity into their hands first in order for the government to sort of say, okay, well, there's skin in the game.
Yeah,
right?
There's interest, I
Yes.
suppose. Yeah.
So you essentially bring ideas to life, and this is for nonprofits as well, you said?
We're a nonprofit. We're working primarily in the for-profit sector, and so what we're doing is we're taking, and I think the reason why we're a nonprofit is because it means that we're not being invested in these business ideas. So people bring their business ideas to us, and then they can trust us to then help them navigate the private equity and the government funding in order to get that idea off the ground, and working with intellectual property rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Amazing. You have the Northern Angel Summit coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a really exciting thing that we've designed, and this is our first year doing it. We're going to be doing it for the next 3 years. And the idea was, and I'll explain it this way maybe, the problem we have in the North is that we have a lot of great ideas. We've got guys in LNG, we've got people in mining, we've got forestry, we've got agriculture, and all of these guys are coming up with incredible ideas. I was talking with a guy at the trade show. He's developing a way to seed farmland with drones.
Okay.
And so, but here's the problem, is that these guys come up with these ideas. They take them down to Vancouver. They are looking for private equity, startup capital, and the guys down there are looking for the next Facebook. They don't really care about the North. They don't understand the North. They don't understand the type of money that's required to get some of these ideas off the ground. So they just turn it down. So what happens? They come back home. Some of those guys just say, okay, well, it didn't work. But a lot of them, especially in the LNG side of things, they go to Alberta, right? Go to Calgary, get their funding. Next thing we know, their business is moving to Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing is we're taking this idea of creating an economy around investing in the North with Northern ideas, with Northern money, and with Northern people, working our own ecosystem to create that type of environment where people will invest in the North because they understand it. And so what we're doing is we're creating this Northern Angel Summit. This is our first year doing it, and it's going to be like a Dragon's Den. You ever watch Dragon's Den or Shark Tank? And you get these guys up on stage and they're pitching their ideas, and you got Kevin O'Leary saying, "Oh, I'll give you $5 for that sucker," right? And they're like, "I'm not giving up my company for that," and that's sort of like all the TV drama. But we're going to be doing the same thing, and it's going to be broadcast live throughout the North here while we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I understand it right on the website, I mean, you've talked extensively about the person who has the idea, learning what you can do, as you say, to stay in the Northeast, to find the, the private equity, the government funding, all that. But the other side of this is also to turn people who have money to invest, to learn how to become, I think the term angel
That's
investors, right? Somebody who helps get your business off the ground to get you started, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
also part of the training of this.
Well, and that's just it, like, and here's the thing that I keep telling to people is like, get involved in this, because it's not about winning the $100,000 investment. And that's what we're offering at the grand finale on September 25th, is that the finalist will receive a $100,000 investment in their business idea.
Wow.
But I keep telling people, it's not about the investment. It's about meeting the people in the room and building those relationships. And that goes for both the innovators, so the founders that are going to come to us with their innovative idea, but also it comes to the other point that you're talking about, which is that we are trying to unlock the capital that's up here in the north by raising up our own angel investors. These are early stage capital investors, people who are saying, I understand our businesses up here, I understand our industries, and I know how to mitigate that risk, and I'm willing to give that a shot. So we're going to be bringing in experienced angel investors to come alongside our own angel investors up in this region in order to help them learn the ropes from people who have been doing it for quite a while. And then here's the long-term goal, right? So the competition ends September 25th. I keep telling people the real money begins to take place on September 26th, because then the competition's over, and then you may have 3 or 4 angels in that room out of the 20 that are going to be there who are judging the competition that say, I know that idea didn't work, but I want to invest in that, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the deals start happening. And so our goal is to create the angel investing network up here that remains in the area beyond the competition.
Wow.
So for the Northern Angel Summit, then how does someone purchase tickets or reserve their spot?
Well, the ticketed event it's in Prince George if you want to go to the actual finale, but we're going to be broadcasting the actual shows online and throughout. I think we might even be on TV. But the being involved in the Angel Summit as a participant, not just as an audience member. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, so as a participant, you go to northernangelsummit.ca, and there's a logo, but there's a website that goes with that that's separate from our website. Our website is northerninnovation.ca, but the website for this event is northernangelsummit.ca.
Yeah.
And on that, you can sign up either as a founder or as a angel investor. Now, as a founder, that involves a 10-week training program where we bring in people. And here's, I think, the big difference between this and like Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den, you've got to be ready. You've got to go and bring your A game on day one. We say, don't bring your A game on day one. Come and we will teach you how to build your A game.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be bringing in industry experts to train innovators on how to pitch their idea, because our goal is for them to get funding. It's not just to have a TV show and a competition, right? So we're going to be training them how to be investment ready, how to restructure their business to make it the best fit for an investment coming into their business. And so both of these tracks, you apply different buttons on our website, but one is the founder button and one is the angel button. On the angel side, an angel investor, so all of the $100,000 is coming from our local angel investors.
Yeah.
And so an angel investor will bring in $5,500 into the pot. $500 goes to legal. The rest of it is the money that goes to the $100,000 investment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the money comes from for the actual thing, because they are taking an equity stake in this idea. Mm-hmm. And of course, people say, well, I don't want to give up my company, right? But here's the thing about angel investors. They don't want your company. They just want to help you get off the ground, and then you buy them out once you become profitable. Mm-hmm. And so that's sort of the end goal of an angel, is not to stay with you long term. It's to help you get through that early stage. And it's not just their money that they bring. It's their experience. And I think that's the real key thing that a lot of people forget, is that when we're bringing an angel and a founder together, and a room of angels, right? These are guys who are going to be able to say, hey, I see this in your marketing. Maybe if you tweak this, because now they've got an investment in that company, and they've got an interest in seeing it succeed. And so they're going to bring not only their advice, but also their contacts in industry and their experience over decades of working up in the area. So, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Awesome. All right. Well, we got to let you go. Oh my goodness. Katarina's camera just randomly fell over. Anyway,
gone.
quickly, northernangelsummit.ca is the website where you can find more information. You can register to be a part of this in whatever capacity you want to. Anything else you want to say quickly, Shannon? You got 1 minute.
I would say this, and that is that our event begins with the we have semifinals, quarterfinals, and a final. All of that begins at the end of May. And so our deadline for getting people in, both Angels and Founders, is May 14th.
Okay.
We may be able to fudge the date a little bit, but we really have to begin training and getting everyone online by the end of the month. So
Gotcha.
It's a time-sensitive thing. May's our month. So if you're thinking about it, reach out and talk to me. Okay to give my cell phone?
Absolutely.
778-683-7709. I'm right here in Fort St. John.
Perfect. And again, northernangelsummit.ca is the website. Shannon, thanks for being here today, sir.
Good to see you guys.
100